you hear the music, and it's that time again. I hope you hear the music. Can you hear the music?
Very much so. It's loud, but that's all right.
It's loud?
It was, but that's all right. Not so bad now.
Turn it down a little bit. There we go. Turn that down a little bit. Damn you, Winamp. It's Tuesday night. I'm Rob Robot Shlomo. This is Midnight's Edge After Dark. With me,
it's actually more like afternoon, but yeah.
Well, whatever. Yeah, if you're listening to LA, then it's afternoon. So, with me is Mr. Tom Connors.
Yeah, that's me. It's not quite 6 here yet, so still kind of afternoon. Tim Augustine, right off the bat, a $5 super chat.
Yes. Oh, I don't have my soundboard up. Damn it.
Rob is okay. I'll just do it. Cha-ching. Rob is a reward for all your delectable suffering recently. I wanted to make you laugh. So a joke. Ready? Amy Pascal thinks she has good ideas.
That is hysterical. Yes, that in itself is hysterical.
Thank you, Tim Augustine. And they said that's your wrestling intro music, Thunder Dan, the Action Man did.
How we doing, baby?
That's right.
Yes.
Thunder Dan, the Action Man. He needs his own soundboard.
He does, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so what happened today, Tom?
Well, I thought we weren't going to get this trailer till February, according to sources, but Spider-Man dropped.
Yeah, well, you know what happened, don't you?
Nothing happened.
You know what happened? No, CBR ran out of Miles Morales headlines. So
I just figured it was that slow of a day. They're like, "Fuck it, let's just drop it."
Yeah. So,
and there is technically two different versions of this trailer.
There's probably no, I didn't. I only saw the one. I only saw one.
Well, the only difference is at the end is Dickhead or I can't remember what the other one was. Dork or something like that. I can't remember now. But they changed Dickhead for something else, which I'm assuming was the one that Marvel posted, and the one Sony posted says Dickhead. So that's the only difference.
Yeah. Well,
loser. That's what he says in the other one. Thank you, Barrel Bob. So yeah, thanks everybody out there for joining us so far. We're going to have a quick reaction to the Spider-Man trailer. We got some other quick news to cover. Mecca's not with us. She's out looking at an apartment or something like that, or getting her new place, something or other. And so we're all by ourselves. It's just you and me, Rob. We're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. All by ourselves. Don't want to be all by ourselves.
We
jacking off
and setting stuff on fire. I wasn't going to go to that extent, but anyway.
No. We'll be jacking it in San Diego.
Jagging it and jagging it and jagging it.
All right, let's talk about the trailer.
Let's quit jagging it and start talking about the trailer. Yep.
Not bad.
I liked it.
I get my notepad. Hang on, just stretch for a minute.
I actually liked it quite a bit. I of course did like the movie. I know some people had issues with some of the characters and character choices. I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty cool. We got 2 new Spidey suits, it looked like. The black and red and the black suit.
It looks like the stealth suit.
Yeah, or stealth suit, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Like Spider-Man Noir or something like that.
Kinda, yeah. It's not the black spider suit we're used to, but yeah, it's kind of like a mix between the Noir and like I'm sure it's some kind of shield suit. Because we kind of knew this ahead of time, but it looks like Samuel L. Jackson's going to be in this one quite a bit.
Yes.
Yes, motherfucker, yes. And I don't think this takes place before Infinity War. It don't seem to.
Correctamundo.
That's right, Sam. And the thing is, we get a lot of familiar faces, but one didn't show up. Who was that, Rob?
Stan Lee. So, no.
Well, sadly, of course, but no. Who didn't we see in the trailer that we might have expected to see, considering all the other people we saw?
We saw Mysterio.
I'll give you a hint. We saw Happy Hogan.
Oh yeah, Happy Hogan. Yeah. Oh, Tony Stark. Yeah.
That's right. No Tony Stark to be seen.
Well, yet.
Oh, I have a feeling. Because I don't know, this is again in the rumor department. I heard rumors that the reason they were having issues with the trailer mainly was Marvel and Sony were fighting about dropping it and when. and what the trailer showed, because it kind of gives the idea that perhaps maybe Tony didn't make it out of Infinity War 4 or in Avengers 4. I mean,
No. No.
No, I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
Speculation.
Speculation. Yeah. But
And as far as we know, it's after Endgame, so
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
that's right.
yeah. So yeah, you know, I know my biggest problem with this trailer is,
What's that?
you know, actually it's kind of, well, we've been saying that Sony's had a boner for trying to get Spider-Man in other countries for a long time. What is Spider-Man's skill set? Now not his power set, his skill set. What does he do? What is he known for?
Well, he's, a little nerdy. He kind of knows how to do tech stuff and
Yeah.
fix things and build things, and kind of like a little Tony Stark.
Yeah, but what is part of Spider-Man's skill set, not necessarily Peter Parker's skill set? Like Captain America, he throws the shield.
Oh, well, yeah, Spider Sense. He has his power of like 10 men or whatever it is, and 30 men, whatever, and he can jump and stuff like that.
One more. Keep going.
That's about it. Climb walls, and the web spinning is something he built. So
the web slinging.
Well, yeah,
Mundo.
but he built that though.
Well, but that's part of his skill set, though. Part of his skill set.
Yeah, that's what I said before. He's techie. He can build stuff, and
yeah.
But the web slinging. So the point is,
web slinging is how he gets around town.
Right.
I've been to London. Not a lot of tall buildings.
Why do you think he's got the suit with the little webbing under his arms?
Yeah, well, now you're just turning him into who are you turning him into? I don't know.
Well, Spider-Man has that. Well, it kind of goes off the joke from the first movie when he didn't have any, buildings to latch onto. He kind of used the webbing thing once. Well, now he actually has the gliding stuff. It looks like he's got her down pat. That he used that in it more than anything. It looked like.
Yeah, like I said, though, I mean they've had a boner to put Spider-Man in Europe for ages now, though. So,
well, wasn't that part of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4 script or something like that? It was in another country or no?
I don't remember that being part of a.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know if. Well, there's probably a couple reasons for it, other than I doubt it's to really. I mean, yeah, there's that appeal to other countries that Spider-Man's in your country, go see the movie, but it's not like he went to China. You know what I mean? If he'd went to China, I'd say that's pretty blatant.
That's next.
In this sense, I feel like it's a way to get him away from something else, possibly on his own, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you want that whole fish out of water thing now.
Well, and I think the whole thing is I think that, they're testing him. And I think that's what the whole thing with
he tests me.
Fury showing up and everything, because he's going to test him for the next group of Avengers, basically. Even though he technically is an Avenger, but obviously it looks like Samuel Jackson's character is going to be coming back into the fold a little more, unless this is a prequel. But I just don't see that. I don't feel it. I don't see it. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, Captain Britain. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing. Was it Brian Braddock?
I thought they mentioned something about he might show up some point, but I don't know about this. But they have brought up Captain Britain to Kevin Feige, and he said the character wasn't off the table or something like that before. I can't remember exactly his quote, but
space. Yes, Mr. V. Space wasn't far enough. Now he's in Europe. Yes.
Well, let's talk about Mysterio. How did you feel how they presented him a little bit? Did you feel like they kind of presented him like he's going to set himself up to be like this hero, even though he's a fake, or is it he really has some powers like Doctor Strange, or what do you think?
I kind of liked Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. I mean, I thought it looked good. I want to see the fishbowl on his head.
We did real quick.
Oh, yeah, we saw it quickly, but I want to see. I want to see more of it.
Right. But I mean, like it looks like he's like there to save the day. You know what I mean? Is he faking it? Is he like just okay? So you really think he's a baddie?
I think he's gonna fake because he's a master of illusion.
Correct, and that's why I was getting to. And I mean, we didn't get much in the trailer. We got enough. I mean, it was a nice. I mean, because really, it's a teaser trailer. This is the first trailer we've gotten. So,
yeah, well, there's more. We're gonna get at least 2 more.
Secret Rebel says secret identity means crap in the Marvel Sony. No consequences to Spider-Man Peter Parker's actions. Well, they do kind of make a joke there where he's got the suit in his bag after Aunt May slipped it in there. I don't know. I mean, to anybody in the Marvel universe at this point, Spider-Man's the one person that it probably does matter the most to as far as secret identity, because he's got the most people to like protect, and he himself is just a kid, so you can imagine, you know, the ways his life could be ruined before he even had a chance to be an adult by so many people that are gunning for him, you know. So I don't know, I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah, well, it looks good. Oh yeah, but like I said, you know, just there's a couple problems I have with it.
Well, what are those? Go for it.
Like I said, you know, like I said, the whole, like we said, Sony's been, they have a real boner. Like I said, they've been wanting to put Spidey in Europe for a long time, and Jake actually said this too. You know, you take Spider-Man out of New York, and he kind of needs to be in New York just because of his skill set. But you know, I'm sure they're going to find a way to make that work. And the whole thing with with MJ, just call her Rachel or something, and introduce her 6 months from now in the comics, please. It's just, why do we got to do this tap dance? Really? I mean,
well, I've already said in my review for Homecoming, I was one of the few people who didn't have an issue with how they did that so much, because I get it. Because, like I said before, it's the same reason why they couldn't make Revenge of the Nerds now, because Peter's would be, you know, nerds are cool. So Peter would kind of be one of the cooler kids in school. So you can see she's obsessed with him instead of the other way around as it was prior to this. You know what I mean? I like the little twist on that, because how many times have we seen the same old thing, to the point where when we were talking about it, I think in our Spider-Verse review, I totally fucking spaced out that it was Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man and not Mary Jane, because we've seen the same shit over and over again, you know? So it's kind of cooler to see somebody who's after him a little bit more than him being after her. And I mean, they kind of lied to us, because they said that they weren't going to go anywhere romantically with them two in this movie, and it's pretty blatant from the trailer that they are. So,
they're totally going to bone.
Well, and I know that was something you had a problem with, and I understand. I totally get anybody who does. So it's not like I don't disregard anybody who's like, that's not Mary Jane and blah, 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 blah. I get where you're coming from, but I just didn't have any issues with that. Same thing with Flash. I didn't have as many issues as you did. But for that to work, you have to add that little gay twist in there too, like I said, which I'm not seeing. So not anymore anyway. But he does have a boner for Spider-Man. That's true.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But like I said, but like I said, the whole Mary Jane thing is just like, you know, it just seems like they don't want to commit to it, you know, and yeah, hey, you know, if you're gonna do it, you know, piss or get off the pot. But don't do that tap dance. Well, she's MJ, but she's not.
I agree.
Really
that
MJ,
reveal at the end was fucking stupid. I agree with you there. That
Yeah.
was dumb to have it like that. It's like, who cares? Just like you said, either have her be her or have her be a different character. Make up your fucking mind. Don't play this little mind game with us.
Yeah, and like I said, can we please just get rid of the kid's supposed to be Flash Thompson? I mean, really, he's just irritating.
I've got what they call gaydar.
Yeah, so he's definitely on the melon ball side of the aisle of the. Oh, wait a minute, we got €5. Yes, thank you for the €5 super chat. Good evening to you guys. This trailer got me some Spider-Man 3 Nam flashbacks, scenes, elementals, baddies, Sin, Guy, and Hydrogen XD.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Really? I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. You don't know, man. You weren't there. Spider. That's, yeah. So
yeah, the SJW line was a little cringy. M15T3RV, where he goes, "You're pretty," and she goes, "What? Therefore, I have value." But then she's like, "Oh, I'm just kidding." So that's her way of saying I'm cool. I'm not one of these SJW chicks. But it did come off kind of cringy in the joke. Hopefully, it's edited better in the movie.
But she said, "You're pretty too." So there's that little playful back.
Well, that
and forth.
awkward thing, and that's what I'm saying. You know, she's obsessed with him. We could tell through the last movie. You know, because she's like, "Oh, he quit whatever club it was, chess club or whatever," and she's like, "Not that I pay attention or stalk him or whatever." However she put it, I don't know. I've only seen it twice, but you know, again, it's not the best Spider-Man movie ever, but it's like at least the third or fourth, and I liked it better than Spider-Verse. I know a lot of people are going to kill me for that, but I'm sorry, I did. I don't know.
Well, again, you got one more person who likes it, but who liked Homecoming more than Spider-Verse. So,
well, that was you, I know, but you know,
Yeah.
people kind of count us together on that one. I don't think we count as separate entities in that
yeah,
sense.
like we're an old married couple. Yeah, they count us together.
Pretty much, it's like a common law marriage thing. 3 years on the internet's forever, Rob.
I know, yeah.
It's almost been that long, believe it or not, guys.
Forget it. He's gay.
Well, I'm glad you loved Spider-Verse, Neil. I, on the other hand, did not. And especially when Ryan Johnson basically come out and said, "Oh, you did The Last Jedi only better." That was really nailing your review.
Hey, damn it!
Yes, that's right.
Hey, damn it!
Yes, Ryan, you had to bring up you had to mention his name.
Slithering Peanut, not really. Iron Man was
mentioned-
not in it nearly as much as everybody was worried he was going to be in it. I don't go with that one, but what, we are two different people. Sometimes Vixen and Vavavoom. That used to be OG Spock, Love, or whatever it was before she changed her name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like this one better. It's going to take some getting used to.
She changes her name a lot.
Oh, well. She's allowed.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. She is. She's, yeah. But anyway, so anyway, what else we got to talking about?
Well, I guess since we're done talking about Spider-Man, and I know you ain't got a ton of time, the other bit of news going on was that little bit of a spoiler from Dark Phoenix. So yeah, if people out there don't want to hear, close your ears for a second, because we're not going to talk about this for too long anyway. It's no real surprise. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody who it is, Rob?
Yes. At the end of Dark Phoenix, the X-Men all go home to the X-Mansion, and one of them isn't going back with them. We'll have to leave that to your imagination. Who is not going back with them? Tom, wouldn't you say that that's a fair assessment? That's one of them's not going back with him. Tom?
Yeah, but who really fucking cares? Just tell them.
Yeah.
There is something you could help us with.
Yes. It's no duh, it's Jean Grey. like we all don't know that already.
Well, actually there was another one. That's not the one I was talking about.
Who was the other one?
Mystique.
Oh, they're gonna whack her too?
Yep, Jean kills Mystique, according to a report. So yeah, fucking shocker, right? Thunderdan Action Man. Yeah, I don't even. We'll be lucky to see this movie anytime soon, to be honest with you.
Jennifer Lawrence desperately wants out of that franchise.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So. Well,
pretty much. That's about it. No, I don't.
Well, I'll be damned.
I'm trying to get this thing off now. Oh, it's because I'm using ad blocker. Never mind. Okay.
You have a screen share?
Well, we have another little bit of news here. This is another one of those, well, no shit, we figured it was going to happen kind of things. Well, before we get into that, how do you feel about the whole Dark Phoenix news? I really don't care.
Don't care. Do not care.
Yeah.
One iota.
We kind of
too late. If this was 5 years ago, maybe I'd care more. No, now, maybe. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Comcast, though, as we kind of figured, was going to be tossing their hat into the streaming war ring, and they have now. They were pretty
Satan
much
incarnate.
one of the last big ones to do so. This week, Comcast, why NBC's new streaming service will stand out, according to bizjournals.com. I gave you the report there if you want to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we kind of figured this was going to happen. Go ahead and give us the short version.
Yeah, well, while it's loading.
Yeah, it's got some
But-
stupid shit on it. Sorry.
Oh.
It was the one that popped
But
up. when I couldn't find another one.
again, though, how many of these freaking things do we need?
Well, we knew this
Oh,
was going to
man.
happen. This is, like I said, this is one of the last big ones. Outside of what Disney is going to decide to do with Hulu, this is one of the last big ones left. So we knew this was coming. This was like obvious, but we know what Warner's doing now. They're going to have a tier system, it sounds like. We know what Disney's doing now. We're not sure what they're going to do with Hulu, but here's what Comcast is up to. And if Comcast, of course, is attached to Universal. So they were the ones putting out a bid for Fox, and people were like, well, I don't want Disney to get them. It's a monopoly. And what I said in some of those comments, it would have been a hell of a lot worse if Comcast would have got a hold of Fox, because they're an actual phone company,
cable company,
media company, as opposed to Disney, which is still just a media provider, but they're not their own. They don't have their own cable and
okay, it's
all that
finally
kind of
here.
internet.
It's
phone.
finally here. It's finally here. Comcast, NBC Universal became the latest media giant to venture into the world of over-the-top streaming service when it announced Monday the launch of an unnamed streaming platform for its NBCU content. The service is expected to roll out in Q1 2020. It will be free for subscribers to any pay TV provider like Charter or Dish, and cost about $12 a month for cord cutters, reported NBC. Well, at least that's well, they're just propping up the cable industry now, though. That's all that is. That's all that is. They're just like I said. Oh well, you don't want to cut the cord. You don't want to not have cable. Well, anyway, there are a few reasons why Comcast service will stand out from the pack. First, there's nothing exactly like it out there. CNBC reports that part of the idea in rolling out a free ad-supported version and a paid commercial-free version is to hit at the sweet spot between Netflix and Hulu. Some Hulu subscriptions have commercials and cost money, while Netflix just costs money. It will be the only long-form free version out there, and another potential difference maker. NBC Universal has a lot of good content. Sure, other services do too, with CBS All Access offering big hits like NCIS. Okay. Oh, really? You got to bring them into
reading this with. It's so awesome.
But anyway, but NBC Zero Cost gives it access to a much larger subscriber base, tens of millions of pay TV subscribers who are looking for a way to binge Parks and Rec, The Office, or 30 Rock, but don't want to pay extra for Netflix or Hulu. The combination could help Comcast quickly bring on 30 to 40 million users, NBC reported. Incorporating different subscriber options into Comcast service is unsurprising, since executives spent years openly talking about their hesitation to launch a streaming service. During Comcast Q2 2018 conference call last July, NBC Universal head Steve Burke even hinted at the fact its streaming option would take its entire viewing audience into consideration, not just cord cutters. In terms of direct-to-consumer, I think there's a feeling right now everybody is completely focused on Netflix. The vast majority of television viewing is not streaming. The vast majority of television viewing is not Netflix or Amazon or Hulu. The vast majority of television viewing continues to be linear television for big events, particularly for big events. In other words, the Super Bowl, the Olympics, that kind of shit. Burke said, according to a transcript, he went on to say Comcast is trying to position itself to make sure that all those avenues are open, and that we intelligently look at those avenues and maximize the profitability of our video business. Burke made those comments before the company won the fight to acquire European satellite giant Sky. That acquisition also allows them to take away the streaming to take the streaming service global and take advantage of the sheer scale they now have in Europe as its owner. We want to create a platform that has a significant scale and can scale quickly. The best way to do that is to make it free to consumers and leverage the fact that NBC Universal's sister company is a cable company and now owns Sky. Burke told CNBC. Okay, Comcast still owns 30% of Hulu, yada yada yada, which could sell to Disney, yada yada yada. Okay, there's a lot of other stuff to unpack here. So anyway, it goes on, it goes on and on and on and on. But I mean, and you could read the rest of it.
It's like the streaming war.
Yeah, definitely the streaming war. Definitely.
Yeah. This is it.
Yeah.
It's the last one to really join. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a lot of other new, smaller ones and other this and that and the other and specialized ones, but this was the last big one I meant.
Yeah, oh yeah. But I can't really. I mean, we're getting to a point where it's going to be no different than cable. It's going to cost you the same exact amount. And
more.
Yeah. I don't like these. This doesn't benefit anybody. This really doesn't benefit. This doesn't. Yeah, okay, we have more choices, more competition, but you're just going to have to stake out a claim.
I'm not the type of person who roots for monopolies, but I agree with Andre on this. It makes more sense to have only one or two streaming services that carry everything instead of doing it over multiple in this instance. You know what I mean? I mean, normally I would be like, no. You can't just monopolize, let Netflix have a monopoly or Amazon have a monopoly, but it's getting too convoluted. And we live in a world where, you know, if somebody like Amazon or Netflix were to open up and be like, okay, fine, this is the deal we're going to make. You guys get 75% of the fucking take. We get 25%. Make a sweetheart deal with all the companies involved. But that's never going to happen. Because it would benefit the consumer too much. It would benefit one company too much. And I understand that. So you can't do that either. You know, I mean, but what's going to happen is we're just going to lose out on a lot of great entertainment because of this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's and you're going to see more stuff exclusively go to these things, you know.
Well, Amazon's got the upper hand and they've got the inside track because Amazon has a lot of these services built right into their service. So they're smart. You know what I mean? They've made it to where you can access them all in one place. Yeah, it costs you the same amount generally as it would to have but there's a lot of other smaller companies who don't have their own streaming service who use Amazon. And Amazon's even trying to compete with YouTube a little bit, which for people like us is a good thing. Competition is a good thing. So at the same time, it's difficult to it's a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, competition is a good thing, but we're as consumers going to get fucked so bad because by the time you start adding one or two services together, maybe three, you're already over what your cable or internet or cable and satellite bill already was. You know what I mean? If you're somebody who had satellite instead of, or did I just say internet? I meant cable. Cable and satellite. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't talk today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, now they just and a lot of people. Net neutrality is also going to play a big thing, a part of this too, because they effectively killed that. You know, and the guy in Comcast had a hand in that too.
You know, Grandpa goes around and he does his business in public because
you know that's right. They do. But anyway, it's
because what he didn't finish. No, I'll never know.
Well, no thanks.
Oh.
Let's just. I mean, it's not gonna. Like I said, usually competition is good, but not in this case. I really don't think in this case. There's only room for about three, maybe four services like this.
This is the one time it's not going to benefit the consumer. Yes. In that sense, because normally competition is good for the consumer. It's good for a lot of times for the employees of said whatever, because the competition creates separate demands. It creates, you know, well, we want to hang on to these employees, we want to hang on to these customers, so it creates a better product. in the long run. And that's where a lot of these companies have quit giving a shit about the consumers because they don't have to care.
They take their balls and they dip them in cocaine and wipe them all over each other.
That's exactly it. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
But that's just the point, you know, and it's what we've been talking about with Star Wars and Lucasfilm and Disney, and we've been talking about with STD and CBS, and what we talked about with Sony and Ghostbusters and other properties, Spider-Man and whatever. But it's all the same. They don't have to give a fuck anymore because they know we'll buy it. They know we'll go out, and I'm just as guilty as the next guy. I didn't really care for the new Halloween movie, but I just bought it, you know. So I'm contributing to the problem. You know, at least that was better than most, but still.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, the consumers are going to have to make a lot of decisions though in the next coming couple of years, exactly where they're going to spend their money.
Right. And what Rob said, or what Andre said is this is going to, you know, separate out all these franchises that we love, and we're not going to be able to find a lot of it. You know, that's why Cobra Kai is at YouTube, and Disney will have their streaming service, and Warner has their DC Universe streaming service, and so on and so forth. And that's all we're going to see. You know, it's just, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Let's go get drunk.
why don't we? So anyway,
we finally got our first critic against the soundboard. Shifty don't like the soundboard. Well, make up your mind. It's either we do the voices or we have a soundboard. I'm just kidding. We'll figure it out.
Hey, we don't. Hey, what would Ryan Johnson have to say about that?
Son of it.
Get that dick out your mouth, Ryan.
So yeah.
Hey, damn it.
It's either this or the voices.
We got to give Rob something to do. So
that's right.
But yeah, I know you ain't got much time here, so we're gonna start wrapping this up here. But final thoughts on Comcast and streaming wars and all that good stuff.
Final thoughts on Comcast.
Yeah.
Don't like them. I don't. What more can you say? They're Comcast. Listen. I know people say Comcast evil. You know. Oh well, what's wrong with Comcast? Evil corporation. But they raise their prices. They keep raising their prices for cable, and all they do is they just abuse their customers because they have it set up where that there's no competition. And the whole thing about not to get into politics too much, in 1999, when Bill Clinton signed the deregulate the cable industry, it was supposed to foster a competition, and it was supposed to have all the cable companies competing for your business. All that happened was I think he did it in 96. Well, whenever he did it. But all that happened was the cable companies came in and they just carved up the country like Michael Corleone carved up the cake of Cuba in The Godfather Part 2. Okay, we'll take this section. You guys take that section. Oh, we just all agree not to step on each other's toes. And they held a conference in Chicago. It was literally called the Summer of Love in 1997. They met. They said this, and they said the sky's the limit. And now they're getting exactly what they want.
I got a busted ass here. I don't see anyone kissing it.
That's right.
Old man Picard is supposed to yell at a cloud.
Yeah.
You damn cloud, it's your fault for not looking like boobies. Damn. You know what I found out? Kitties have 6 titties.
They do?
They do, indeed.
Whoa, mama.
That's right, yeah.
Especially mama titties, yes.
Oh, boy.
We tried to get Doomcock on, but he's busy. But I think we're going to record the Trek logs tonight. So fingers crossed. We can get that done.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, like I said, that last Bender sound bit was good. Yeah, I try.
Doomcock scoop. We brought most of it up last night, from what I remember. Because we both said that this is kind of like when they announced Star Trek 4 before Beyond. And
this is all to generate positive buzz. That's all it is.
And as I also said, we heard from the same sources probably that nothing was going to get funded unless STD season 2 was a hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good afternoon from New Zealand. I'm going to be your
afternoon.
king soon, by the way, according to Doomcock. Everton Matonio gave us 20 New Zealand dollars. Awesome. Yes, sir. That's the way to go.
I know people in New Zealand.
You get Australia. Remember, you picked Australia. That's your fault.
Well, Australia's got some good stuff. Hey, a lot of good nude beaches in Australia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're very open minded about that kind
I
of
was
thing.
gonna say I heard the women are pretty wild there. So yeah, I hope they're fun in New Zealand too.
Yeah, I gotta find me like a New Zealand.
How are the women there, Everton?
I gotta find me a nice Kiwi girl or a nice Aussie girl or whatever, just with just enough,
That's when Doomcock takes over, though. I'm not king yet, so
yeah. So, but yeah, you well, I'm not gonna be. I don't want to be king. I just want to be. Well, what's I just want to be the exalted supreme ruler.
Well, that's the same damn thing, Rob. And yes, Vixen of Vava Boom, he gets the entire continent because he helped discover Doomcock. So
yes,
I just get New Zealand. I had to settle for that. But,
You're the man of the house and you don't have a job.
That's it. That's right. No, actually, I got 2 of the bastards. 3, 4 of them, actually, probably, if you really count them all. But Old Man Picard should be king. If I were king, I would outlaw bras the first day. No more brassieres. Period.
Yes, because of boobies. Gotta free the boobies.
They need to shake and bounce. I don't care if they sag low.
Natasha Cloutier, other way around. America is closed-minded about nude beaches. Yes, because talk about okay. This doesn't really have anything to do with anything. A friend of mine actually his wife wanted to go to one of those couples resorts, and whatever it was, hedonism, sandals, whatever it was, Club Orient or whatever. And I said, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So he goes, no, man, not cool. I'm like, why not? He says, I don't want to see anybody. He goes, I don't want anybody to see me naked. I'm like, it's those beaches are clothing or, it's optional. So you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Right.
Oh yeah, but man, she's going to want to. I'm like, I don't want anybody to. And I said to him, you do realize you're going to be seeing them naked too. He goes, oh yeah, you're right. I'm like, why am I the voice of reason? I don't understand. What I who know nothing should not make the most sense.
Ew, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly right.
It's true. America is so bass backwards. We're the only country really that's so afraid of sexuality. It's fucking strange. That's one area of the progressiveness where we just have never seemed to advance at all.
We can't seem to make a breakthrough with that.
Do you think it's because when we first colonized America, we were so far apart in distances and, there's all these empty spaces. It's like, you can't dress like that. You're going to get raped, by whoever neighbor boy or something like that. I mean, I'm trying to be serious here. I mean, do you think that's why we've been so, I don't know, like.
It's because of our puritanical roots.
Well, yeah, I knew that too, to a point. Yeah. But we're not just made up of the Puritans, though. That's what I'm saying, though. I mean, especially once you get closer and closer to now, it's like, why did we never take that leap? Yeah, we had a little bit of a sexual revolution in the 60s, but it seems like it never really went anywhere. It just kind of sputtered out. I don't know.
Well, look at the Bible Belt, though. Everybody, I mean, look at who these people vote for.
Well, let's not get into that. So,
well, like I said, it kind of, but it's a reflection of that, though.
But Star Trek is so advanced; they should all be naked.
Yeah, they should be.
That's really what this is all about. Star Trek people should be naked.
Could you lick my balls?
We really got to take that away from you now, Rob. I'm just kidding.
No. Dr. Meatball, Rob, you can trek out to the nude beach at Fire Island. It's not all Cherry Grove. That's a misconception. I've heard of actually. I've heard there's one out in New Jersey too.
Well, think about it. 50 years ago, you'd get yelled at for showing some ankle or some calf, out in public if you're a woman. It's like crazy.
Yes, Dr. Meatball. Nina Hartley is the greatest living feminist. You know why? Because she says, I like sex and I don't care who knows it. So
Ding.
that's right. Okay.
All right, we got to shove you off. Yep. So let's wrap this up here. We want to thank all you guys for stopping in. We had like 130 at one point, but you still got over 100 hanging in there. Thanks for sticking through with us. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the show. You like what we do, and if you like if you like what we do, you like the show, you like what we talk about.
So did you guys make out a little bit?
No,
that's afterwards.
That's yes. So yeah, you can subscribe, click like, and head over to the main channel. Click subscribe and like over there. And you can head over to Patreon. Patreon supporters can get all kinds of bonuses, bloopers, outtakes, lost episodes, and more. You can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. All Patreon supporters will get access to my 10-minute stand-up set. That's right.
And I love sucking big, sweaty boners. And
No. That's no. That's not going to be on Patreon.
Rob, Tim Augustine says he's outside your window. Let him in so he can help with the truck log.
Yes.
You already got a stalker? That's fucking awesome.
I do? I have a stalker? Who?
Well, Tim Augustine, evidently.
No, not the stalker. Window. Not the stalker I wanted.
Could you lick my balls?
I don't think
lick my balls.
No, thanks. So check out our friend Doomcock over Overlord DVD. Check out Mecha Random over at Mecha Random's channel. Check out Professor Geek. Check out SE Reviews. Check out Clownfish. Check out who else are we trying to think of? Check out Ren Rants. Check out a lot of people.
The Burnett Network's been really active lately, and he's
the Burnett Network.
A lot of great shout outs lately on his shows. So
yes, he's been doing a lot of good stuff. The Robert Meyer.
Are we banned on Trek Movie? I know we're banned on the main Star Trek Facebook group, and the Discovery one. I think we are.
Your microverse sucks, and your miniverse is the size of a fucking lobster tank.
That's right. That's what we think of them.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if we are. If they're a pro Star Trek site, at least, I mean, let me rephrase that. If they're a pro Star Trek Discovery site, then yes, they probably have banned us.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd rather have fix. Go to Captain April's channel. Captain April's crossed the 1,000 subscriber barrier, but let's keep it going. Let's keep that going.
I think he posted a video the other day, didn't he?
Yes. Let's get him up to 2,000 now. Okay, one step at a time. That's our stretch goal, as they say. So anyway, everybody, we got any final words of wisdom?
Star Trek should be nude.
Nude Trek. Do you ever see Futurama where they have the guys, the totally disgusting guys who just feed off information? They're all naked, but they're all wrinkly. That was towards the
maybe not that. If it's a later episode, probably not. Because I've only really seen like the first 2 or 3 seasons, and just random episodes.
I wonder, would Old Man Picard go to a clothing optional beach?
Are you kidding? I'm at a nude beach right now.
You are.
Well, of course.
Oh, well, how do you like it there?
Oh, I like it just fine, but this lady over here keeps bitching at me, telling me to put on my pants. Fuck you, nurse! Fuck you!
So,
she's just jealous because I'm so damn sexy.
Yes, you are. Okay, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Actually, we'll be back soon. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, support the channels, and we'll catch you next time.